Hey guys, Victor again here, and welcome to the final and last part of our training for RDC or Restaurant.com. For the last part of our training, guys, we're going to be tackling on how to effectively handle objections and how to effectively data mine or lead mine for restaurant leads. Okay, so handling objections. I actually created a PowerPoint presentation of a training module, but pretty much we were able to cover almost everything during the first and second part of the training video. So I'm going to be jumping on to this part, which is handling objections. So if we are to read the slide, okay, handling objections. So just a quick reality check. 80% of sales calls are lost due to the fact that the sales rep or the agent was not able to effectively handle objections. Do you agree to that? Well, I personally agree to that. Being in sales for like almost 20 years now, a lot of salespeople that I do know really know how to present the product well, with confidence and with vindication. They have a great accent. They can communicate effectively. But when it comes to the part that the lead or the prospect would be giving them or throwing them an objection, they the rep or the sales agent automatically stutters. He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know how to give a rebuttal. So in that way, the sales opportunity is lost. So it's very, very effective that we know how to respond to objections, right? Always remember, guys, that every objection has a corresponding rebuttal. There is no objection out there that there has no effective rebuttal. Okay, so if you can see on slide number 34, what are the commonly raised objections in restaurant.com? These are the following: not interested, I have my own marketing program, I don't have time, I will need to discuss this with my business partners. I've heard a lot of negative things or negative feedback about restaurant.com. Let me think about it. We already have a website. We are on social media, etc. We don't need your services. I want to increase the maximum spending requirement for the diner. So let's talk about these objections real quick, okay? So first, the most universal objection that we receive, not only on this campaign, but for you who have been a part of other outbound campaigns in the past, is I'm not interested, right? So you have to determine the reason why they're not interested. There's a ton of objection of sorry, not objection, there's a ton of rebuttal that you can give for this specific objection. I'm not interested. For me, the most effective would be short and simple. Sir, may I know the reason why you're not interested? Don't you need more customers? I mean, that's going to be automatically a slap across their face, right? I mean, sir, if you don't need any customers, then I would respectively end this call. But if you say that you're in need of more diners, more people to eat at your restaurant, more customers, then we are here to help you. And don't worry, because as I mentioned, there are no fees, no contracts involved on restaurant.com, right? You at any given point in time that you feel you have enough customers that then you can go ahead and call us or email us, and we can take you off from restaurant.com. Just try it out. Simple as that. So that's the if that's a very, very effective rebuttal for the objection not interested. I have my own marketing program. Yes, sir. I do understand that you have your own marketing program or promotions. You have a website, but restaurant.com has been in the business for almost 20 years now, and we have millions of users on our website. This can definitely boost your marketing efforts for your restaurant. And what is there to lose? There's nothing to lose, because again, there are no fees and no contracts involved. Always loop back to that fact that they are not actually gonna pay for anything. I don't have time. I know that you're a very busy person, sir. Since you're a very successful restaurant owner, I know that you've got limited time, but just spare me a couple of minutes of your time and we'll be done. Now, you have to respect the fact that if after giving that rebuttal that just give me a 2 minutes, sir, and we'll be done, of course that's not true, but just state the fact that you just need a little bit of their time to explain what the program is all about. But otherwise, if they really insist that they don't have time, then go ahead and schedule a callback the soonest. Set up a callback at a specific date and time, okay? So that's for the objection, I don't have time. I will need to discuss this with my business partners. Okay, so you have to respect that as well. If they cannot, one rebuttal for that would be, but sir, I believe that you are authorized to make marketing decisions for the restaurant, right? And I believe that your business partners would be. They would have a positive feedback about this because this is something to really boost your restaurant's online presence, right? Because online presence really matters. So, but if they still insist that they need to speak with their business partners, then you have to respect that. And again, set up a callback, ask as to when you could possibly call them back after the owner has discussed this with his business partners. But if you're talking to a solo owner or the solo proprietor of the business, then definitely you would not be getting that type of objection if he's the solo owner. Okay. um, I've heard a lot of negative things about restaurant.com. Obviously, even big companies, they have like negative feedback. Of course, there's like some competitors of restaurant.com. I just don't remember them on top of my head, but there are some other platforms who are similar to restaurant.com, like offering coupons or gift certificates. So, we cannot please everyone, but we can guarantee you that we have helped thousands of restaurants really generate revenue. Those restaurants who had been struggling, especially this is the best time to really promote your restaurant because after COVID, which lasted for like 2 years, a lot of restaurants were really affected. People were not eating out. People were just ordering food to be delivered to their doorsteps, and now is really the best time to re-promote or advertise your restaurant. And again, we're not gonna be asking you for any fees and no contracts at all. That's it. Let me think about it. Okay, guys, if they say let me think about it, then you have to really put some pressure, some sense of urgency, right? Sir, we are only we're calling restaurants in your area right now, and I don't want this opportunity to be given to a fellow competitor of yours. Well, it's somewhat a white lie that they're just limited, slots for them to be a partner. But you have to really, put some sense of urgency. Sir, I know that there are several restaurants within your vicinity, and I'm calling you right now to give you this opportunity. So, the least thing that I would want to happen is to offer this wonderful program to a fellow competitor of yours. So, just give it a try, just give it a shot. Always be closing. ABC, always be closing. Everything that you say must be related to closing the sale. What's another objection? We already have a website. We have social media, etc., etc. No problem, sir. If you have a website, we will be putting your website on restaurant.com. We will be putting your Facebook page on restaurant.com. People will get to know about your website and your Facebook page on restaurant.com. That's additional publicity for you. It's not going to be disadvantageous for you if you become a restaurant partner of restaurant.com, but rather it would be an advantage. What's another one? I want to increase the minimum spending requirement for the diner. Okay, some restaurant owners, guys, they really ask if they can have their they're interested to be a part of restaurant.com, but they want that the minimum requirement for a customer to use a discount certificate would be increased. Say for example, in using a $25 gift certificate, they want that the minimum bill should at least be $100 or more. So some restaurant owners request that. So unfortunately, sir, we cannot give in to that request because these are the terms and conditions set before by restaurant.com. And again, we will not be flooding your we will not be flooding your restaurant with a lot of customers bringing in gift certificates. These are just some customers. Most of the time, the customers that we're going to be sending over your restaurant are really willing to pay for the full price menu, and they're not really going to be bringing gift certificates. This cannot be abused. Then again, guys, remind them of the terms and conditions that, you know, uh, a gift certificate can only be used once a month by a person, and then no matter how many they are in the group, when they eat out as a group, only one gift certificate can be honored. So assure them that it's not gonna be it's not gonna pose a negative effect on their business, even though they're giving discounts from time to time. Okay, it's just a marketing strategy to boost the popularity of their restaurant. Okay, so these are the commonly raised objections, guys, and the rebuttals, the effective rebuttals based on experience that you can use for this. Okay, so we move on to the next part, guys, or the last part, which is the lead generation. Okay, so guys, in this campaign, I would highly suggest that the method that we use would be manual calling or lead mining. Okay, because if we're gonna be using auto dial or just load leads onto our dialer, then there's a lot of answering machines, disconnected numbers, stuff like that. We don't have the information of the restaurant and of the owner. It's much better that if we call a certain restaurant that we already have, like an idea of what their restaurant is all about and the information about their restaurant. So if you can see on slide number 36, lead generation or lead mining is the same principle as mining gold. Or it's like similar to mining gold. There is a process involved in order to get qualified and potential leads. Like mining gold, good leads are hard to find if you do not know where to look for or what resources to use. So your closing rate will definitely be directly affected depending on the kind of leads that you dial. Like what I said, it's quite easy to load restaurant leads on the dialer, but we don't want to waste your time calling and talking to reaching numbers which are not reachable, disconnected numbers, irate customers, answering machines. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using certain business directories for you to mine leads. Okay, these are some of the popular business directories. Okay, let me enlarge this. So yelp.com. Okay, you can this is really the topmost lead generation source that I would be suggesting for you guys to use. Yelp.com is basically the world's largest search engine for businesses. Okay, not just for restaurants, guys, but generally for businesses. But of course, we're just interested in terms of finding restaurant leads, so not with any types of businesses. Facebook.com, right? It's also a very effective way to find leads. Like some of our top agents use Facebook, like on the search bar. Like if you want to search for restaurants, like restaurants in Los Angeles, California, restaurants in New York City, restaurants in Phoenix, Arizona, you can just search that on Facebook and it will show you the information about these restaurants. So Facebook can be used productively, and not just for nonsense things, because a lot of times we see nonsense stuff on Facebook, but this time we can use Facebook as a tool for lead mining restaurants. Okay, what else? Google Maps. You can also use Google Maps. Okay, maps.google.com, and you do the same thing, searching for restaurants in a specific city, zip code, or area, right? steakhouses in New York, or burger pizzeria in Los Angeles, California, or depends on how you want to search for restaurants, right? So that's number 3. Yellow Pages as well. You can go to Yellow Pages and search for restaurants there. There's you just go to yellowpages.com. Eat24, that's also a sister company of Yelp. Allmenus.com, you can also use that. Restaurant Health Inspections, you can also use that. And Zomato.com, which is also a dining guide, you can also use that. But so these are so many sources of leads that you can get, potential restaurant owners to sign up for. So I'm gonna be making a quick demonstration, guys, about the number one search engine that I personally use and my agents personally use for generating leads for restaurant.com, which is Yelp.com. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to Yelp.com. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys this specific link. So it's basically yelp.com/locations/states. Again, it's yelp.com/locations/states. Once you type that in, guys, it will show you the result of all the 50 states, okay, in the US, from Alabama down to Wyoming. If I can expand this, you'll see there all the 50 states, okay, from Alabama down to Wyoming. There is no exception. We can call any state in the US. It's not like any other outbound campaign like Solar, which is just limited to just one state or whatnot. Okay, so once you type in yelp.com/location/states, it will show you all the 50 states. Okay, for example purposes, let me go ahead and click on the state of California. Okay, so when I click on California, guys, see, it will show you like all the cities and counties under California. Wow, that's over 300 cities and counties. And we're just talking about the state of California alone, right? Not considering all the other states. So let's, for example, click on a specific city. Let's go to letter L, which is the popular city, Los Angeles. Let's click on Los Angeles, California. Okay, so it will give you the result for Los Angeles, California, but you have to still filter. Okay, you have to filter your search. Okay, so you have to type in restaurants. Okay, restaurants, and then search. Okay, so it will give you all the results of all the restaurants within the Los Angeles, California vicinity. Okay, and there's a lot. If you scroll down, it's not only one page, but let's check out how many pages they have right down on the bottom. It's endless, guys. It's endless. So these are basically, wow, wow, so many restaurants. I can't even go down to the bottom portion of the search result. Okay, view more results. You can click on view more results. It's different because I'm using a mobile phone right now for this for recording this training video. So okay, so but let's just go ahead and click on a restaurant, for example purposes. Okay, so for example, let's click on Zero Ramen and Sushi. So when you click on Zero Ramen and Sushi, guys, it will basically give you all the information about this specific restaurant. You get what I mean? So it will show you their photos, pictures of their food. It will show you their hours of operations. It will show you their address and everything, right? Even feedback, even reviews. So you see that there are a lot of people who gave them like 1-star review or low review. So this is an opportunity for us, for them to really you know um, redeem themselves, right? So this is where you will be getting their information. Okay, so this is where you will be getting their information. their contact numbers, and everything. All right. Okay, sorry. It appears a little bit different on mobile, but when you're on your computers, your desktops, it will show you easily uh, the their phone number and their exact address. Okay, and after, so basically, you can pile up your leads if you want. What our agents normally do is they collect leads first. They allocate like 30 minutes to an hour collecting leads, you know. They accumulate that on an Excel sheet or on their notepad, and then they call. Okay, they put the restaurant name, the name of their phone number, and some details of the restaurant on a notepad, and then they call. Okay, so it's very very easy, and you have to make sure, guys, that when you call a certain restaurant, you have to be conscious about the time zone that you're calling, the time zone of that specific state or city that you're calling. Okay, you don't want to call restaurants at their peak hours or lunchtime. Okay, which I would say would be 11:30 a.m. up till 1 p.m. That's the peak of their lunchtime. For dinner, it's 6:30 p.m. up until 8 p.m. There's a high chance that you would not be able to speak with the owner or manager of the restaurant because they're very busy serving people. So you gotta make sure that you check the time when you call. The best time to call restaurants would be from in the morning like 8 a.m. till 11:30, then after lunch like 1 p.m. up until like 6 or 6:30 p.m. Okay, because during rush hour when you call restaurants, most probably, well, there's still a lot of instances wherein our agents get accommodated even when they call during rush hour, but the effective way to really be calling them not on their rush hour. Okay, so again, guys, Yelp is a very very effective search engine tool that I highly recommend you guys to use um, when you're lead mining for restaurants. Okay, there are millions of restaurants that you can see on Yelp.com. All right, guys, that basically concludes the the brief training, the three parts, part one, part two, and part three. I will be engaging with you guys on a call to discuss further if you have any questions or clarifications. But I would have expected that before we get on the call, you already would have finished watching these training videos. Thank you so much, guys, and see you soon.